Are you worried about defeating beached things, so-called BTs, in Death Stranding 2? These otherworldly beached things are actually the souls of the dead, left to wander the earth in search of vengeance. They are fear made manifest, and encounters with them tend to be the most harrowing experiences in the game. This guide has tips to help you make it out of these ordeals alive. BTs, unlike human opponents, aren't readily seen in the game world. Instead, their presence is usually preceded by a fairly obvious warning. Time will suddenly slow down, and timefall, like corrosive rain, will follow shortly thereafter. The area tends to have a darker, redder, murkier hue, implying that the damned are nearby. Looking at the world map might show a ghost icon, denoting that BTs appear in the location. The first thing you should remember if you want to defeat BTs in Death Stranding 2 is that you must detect their presence. Apart from the environmental warning mentioned above, you could also make use of the Odradek scanner. Even without activating the scanning action, the device will pop out and start pointing at the direction of a BT, even if you don't see it yet. If it's farther away, then the Odradek's light will be blue, but once it's close enough, the light will turn orange, and it will make its pinging noise faster. There are different kinds of weapons that can help you defeat Death Stranding 2 BTs. Most of these tend to have the MP term. Alternatively, the weapon's stat line or description would show that it has anti-BT properties, or it's effective against BTs, or all kinds of enemies. Moreover, you can rely on the timefall shelter, a type of structure that can be built using PCCs. Timefall shelters not only repair cargo containers, but they also create a shield around a small radius. BTs won't be able to pass through this shield while it's active. The only downside is that the shield's energy will be depleted after a short time, and it will need a few seconds to fully recharge. Gazers and watchers are the most common BTs that you'll find in the game. Gazers are often just stationary idle, and they use sound to track you down. That's why you should press and hold R1 to sneak in an area to avoid getting spotted. Watchers, however, tend to be more mobile, and they can see you if they have direct line of sight. Both gazers and watchers can be eliminated by tossing a couple of blood grenades that directly hit them. Alternatively, you can shoot them with MP-related firearms.
If a gazer or watcher sees you, a pool of tar will start forming in your immediate vicinity. This will cause hunter-type BTs to spawn. Hunters are humanoid-shaped masses of black goo. They will drag you down into the tar, which then transports you to the location of a catcher BT. Golden hunters are more dangerous, since they can drag you down to kill you instantly. Note that it's better to escape the clutches of hunters by mashing the circle button repeatedly. If you can get away, you should be able to wade out of the tar pool so you can avoid them. If you want to defeat catcher BTs in Death Stranding 2, then you need to be ready for a real battle. Catchers usually have a weak spot, a glowing part of their body such as the mouth or the head. Similar to gazers and watchers, you should be prepared to deal a lot of damage using your firearms and grenades. Catchers have one objective, and that's to consume you. If one gets too close and gobbles up Sam, it will trigger a void out. A void out is a massive explosion that causes widespread devastation in an area. The whole location will be gone, and nothing but a crater will be left behind. This means you could lose access to resources, explorable parts, and points of interest. This phenomenon is triggered when a catcher BT manages to gobble up Sam. There are a few possible outcomes. If a void out occurs during a boss fight, then it leads to a game over screen. You can either reload an earlier save, or you can pretend that you won, as though you cleared the encounter. If a void out occurs during a battle against a regular catcher, then you can respawn. The effects of the void out will be readily seen in the game world. Of course, you could still reload an earlier save if you don't like to fail. Last but not least, we have gigantic BTs who are technically catchers as well. The difference is that these encounters are considered boss fights. Apart from having more abilities, such as tossing trucks your way or smashing you with flailing tentacles, they have their own actions that help them consume Sam easily.